So, I just got home and I see that someone hit one of my guinea birds, one of my guinea fowl, with a car. Okay, let's give that. People see chickens, people see chickens, people see livestock, people see guinea birds, ducks, whatever in the road. They're like, these people, they should be fencing in their animals so that we can just drive 50 miles an hour. Well, this is a 45, actually. 50 miles an hour through the neighborhood. No, it's not really like that. It's since the 1920s, yeah, people had the idea that, the road is for cars, because the car companies pushed that propaganda. I'm taking this video inside my Jeep. But the only reason that I have this Jeep is because in the United States, we built our infrastructure so that cars became a necessity. They're actually a luxury. You go around the world, go to India, go to South America, go to Japan, even go to Europe. And the cities and towns there are walkable. Everything is accessible. I don't want to have to drive to Augusta to get the things that I need. I don't want to have to drive to Augusta and then to Richmond, then to Bath all in the same day. I wish that everything that I need was right here in my village, so that I could walk to it in 40 minutes at most. It used to be standard everywhere. No matter what the population was, everything was accessible. And if you wanted to live away from people, that was a choice, but you didn't have a car. You had to plan your trips. You had to get your sled dogs or your mule or whatever and go on an expedition. The road was made for everybody. Cars are just one thing to go along the road. Yeah, I wish that I could keep my chickens inside. I wish I could keep my chickens in the coop and that they wouldn't fly out. But I'm going to have to buy more fence. And I really don't have all that much money, really. This is what I do. This is what I do for a living, and I am barely even funded by my family to do this. I can't really afford another fence right now. If you keep killing my birds, how am I ever going to afford a fence? You just want to drive me out of business and then crush me like everyone else so that I have to take my car out to all these cities that are driving distance away to be able to afford gas, which is constantly going up in price, which is bad for the environment. If anything, you should be yielding to me, not the other way around. Let me raise my birds. Let me have my farm. Let me build businesses out here, out in the country. But no, you have to get your 40 acres of prime main forest, and you don't even know what medicinal herbs or edible berries are growing on it, because you're just going to bulldoze all those stuff and subdivide that into lots for your children and turn my town into a fucking suburb. You'll drive the local species to extinction. You won't know which ones are medicinal nor which ones are invasive species. You'll let the invasive species grow because you don't know anything about the land that you're buying out here. And then you'll get your cars and you'll turn this into the madness of the suburbs. Traffic, car accidents, people driving 40 miles an hour in 30s, running over people's pets, running over other cars and each other. Meanwhile, you tell me that it can't be done, that we can't turn this into a walkable village. You'll be like, oh, whose land are you using if you want to build bike lanes instead of car lanes? Why would people with cars want to give up land for bikes and buggies and pedestrians? Well, maybe you don't want to run into bikes and buggies and pedestrians. I mean, you want to think you'd be a little considerate with your cars? Oh, no. I've got to remember that these things do burn gasoline. Very inconsiderate. And then you tell me it can't be done, that we don't have the population density to make a walkable village. Oh, give me a break. First of all, when you take your cars into the city, you take the ability to do work from the country to the city. When you're all doing all for the millionaires and billionaires who own the cities, you're doing nothing in the country. You're not even learning the invasive species and the medicinal species. And you're not, you're not learning the species that live in the country. You're not building businesses in these homes that you own in the country. It's interesting because people who own country land, you actually are bourgeois. But you're trying to be proletariat, but you're trying to be proletariat in style. You're a proletariat who has a car. Meanwhile, after 30 years of working hard for the other bourgeois, you really don't know how to live. You really don't know. You don't have any skills anymore. You do not live. You become bitter and sour. And second of all, other places where there is low population density, where the Amish move in, they actually do set up businesses with what they own. They actually do make walkable villages. Granted, some of it is walkable by horses. But they prove it can be done. If we can follow their example, we do not have to be Amish, we do not even have to be Christians. We can make walkable villages with low population density. We do not have to run over each other's chickens. The roads can be ours, even without cars. You don't need cars to live in the country. We just need to find each other. Those of us who know we can do things differently, we need to move into proximity with each other. Please, let's help each other out.